There's a lot to say around forgiveness. Forgiveness is kind of an emotion, but we treat it as some mental, and we have been taught that we have to forgive, or we should forgive. Why I say it's kind of an emotion, what I really mean is it's a bodily sensation. Just like anger and sadness starts up as something in your body, and then you get a mental description of this feeling is sadness or this feeling is anger. Because forgiveness, we want to forgive because we know we should, and we know that we feel good after forgiving. But actually, in my view, forgiveness is kind of an emotion that we just need to let be so it can pass. So the way I treat forgiveness myself is I have no great intention of forgiving. Actually, very often I kind of like to be angry at people. And I know myself that typically it goes away after a while. And this is just for me, I don't know if it works for everybody else, but for me, one of my default is to take care of other people. Many years ago, I thought of myself as a pleaser. I had to take care of people to feel good. It was kind of one of the things I did to make myself feel good. Luckily, I've kind of passed this, so now I can take care of people if I want to and I feel it's appropriate, and I can not do it if I don't feel I want to or if it's appropriate. So forgiveness, so I'm not in a hurry to forgive. When I'm angry at people, coming back to what I said about pleasing, I use it sometimes to go into myself and take care of myself instead. So when I get angry with people, then I stay angry and let all the thoughts I'm very aware of, oh, he did this and she did this, he shouldn't have done this, and it's amazing that he or she can't do it better, blah blah blah, all this crazy stuff that is just part of the truth, and often a very little part of the truth. It's just in the mood I'm in, and I just stay there, and at some point I just realized that it's kind of burned out, kind of like a fire. If you have a big fire and you try to put it out, it'll take a lot of water and a lot of effort. But if you just let it be, then after a while it's kind of burned down. And then you get this bodily sensation of forgiving. Then I can feel in my body that I have forgiven the other person. And one precise way I notice is I feel like going to that person and give them a hug. I feel to take contact to them. Now I'm talking about, I expect we're talking about people that are in some kind of relationship, not a stranger in another car that's doing something that you get angry. But some people close to me, that's also where people usually talk about, oh, how do I forgive this person? So when I get to that point, I can feel that I've forgiven them. There's no thoughts about all this stuff anymore, and I feel like getting in contact to them, and I'm very much a person that like to have bodily contact. So for me, it's typically I want to give them a hug. There's no resentment pushing me away from them. So there's another example. Sometimes it doesn't go away. And I've come to learn that it's very important to express my resentment. but from the angle that it's not actually them who did anything wrong. They just triggered something in me, they triggered a rule in me, they did something that was against a rule I have in me, but it's not the truth, it's not that, it's just a rule I think is right or I live by. So if I have people close to me that I keep being angry with, I know I have to express it, but again, from the angle of you actually didn't do anything wrong, but I need to express this to get over it. And then that's typically what's needed to feel that the forgiveness has taken place.